Welcome back. Wounded Warriors Weekend is underway in the border city, showing its support for the men and women who have suffered mentally and physically after being in the military. And for the past 4 years, a certain celebrity has been there to show his support and be a part of the cause.
Who are the people in your neighborhood?
Bob McGrath probably taught you how to count or helped you learn your shapes and colors. He's been a familiar face for many kids growing up over the past 45 years on the iconic show Sesame Street.
They had all the top people in the country and the world putting this show together. It was the most incredible experience in one's life.
But before McGrath was on Sesame Street teaching kids the fundamentals, he once served in the military.
I served in right after college. I graduated in 1954 from I did my undergrad music there, and then spent 2 years in the Army, basic training, infantry. And then I got very lucky, and instead of being sent to the tail end of Korea, I got to Germany and served 2 years. I think the 2 years in the Army was probably one of the best things I ever did. It teaches you a lot of self-discipline.
When McGrath first heard about Wounded Warriors, he jumped at the opportunity to be a part of the amazing support group connecting with so many men and women.
But I had a tremendous amount of appreciation for those guys and their training, what they went through. But having come to, this was my fourth Wounded Warrior event, and getting to know these guys little by little by little, I feel incredibly honored to even be in their presence, let alone to be invited to be a part of the whole thing here.
And over the years, Sesame Street Bob keeps coming back, not only spreading awareness for the foundation, but offering compassion and joy to those who take part.
And it's been a joy for me to watch, and they relate to the fact that he cared enough to come back and be with them and share that celebrity status with them, and to let people know that Bob will tell you from his heart, he truly believes that these young ladies and gentlemen, they're heroes.
Well, it's said a dog is a man's best friend, but that goes double for those living with PTSD and their service dogs. Plenty of such canines are in the border city as a part of the Wounded Warriors Weekend, and as Josh Ryan was able to talk to a few veterans that have those pups that impact.
Many of the Wounded Warriors enjoying beautiful summer weather this weekend have with them a faithful service dog, and each of those helps to fill the gap no longer occupied by squad members.
It doesn't replace it, but it definitely helps alleviate missing that kind of companionship and family you had. When you come home and that's gone, you need to seek another, purpose, if you will.
One of the reasons these canines are so valuable to those with PTSD is their ability to detect subtle changes in hormones, something David Wilson says constantly surprises others.
People didn't realize that a service dog can actually mitigate PTSD. When you explain to them that they can smell the fear, they can smell the anger, the cortisol, it really sort of clicks in for them.
They can tell if you're diabetic and there's a spike in your blood pressure or a spike in your insulin.
Wilson was in a dark place just a few years ago, and his service dog Mina has played a significant role in guiding him through it.
I had considered suicide, and I was heavily thinking suicide. Now I can go out in public. She watches my back for me. She's doing it right now.
By being there for these veterans, emergency responders, and others, the dogs in turn give the owners a sense of purpose and duty to their four-legged friends.
Because they can sense parts of you that no one else can. And so now you're bonding with them the same as you would. And so when you've got that bond and you've got that purpose and you've got this mission again, you really want to honor your brothers and sisters.
Wilson says just taking Mina for walks forced him to come out of his shell.
People ask me daily, there's no going out without hearing the usual stuff. Beautiful dog, oh lovely, why do you have a dog?
And along with his experiences as part of Wounded Warriors Weekend, he has a new outlook on life.
When I first came here, I barely talked to anyone, right? People would come up to me. Now I'm going up to people and say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Where are you from?
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.